It's early morning, 6 a.m., and it's me. All right, how we doing, folks? So, wow, a lot going on, lot being done. A few things I've adjusted in trying to maintain some order in the rice life. And so now, as you may or may not know, TikTok has again restricted me until the 5th, I believe, which is fine. Which is fine. It's one of those things. What else? For goodness sake, man, the news is getting so interesting. And more than that, folks, I met somebody at a place I'm helping out, put together a call center. And he comes from the world of Washington. Now, I'm not going to really mention the guy's name, but he's verified himself to me. And I asked him a few things about what was going on in society, in in his society, not mine. It's a white guy, and the answer he gave me in the explanation that he had for why white folks in this country are losing their fucking minds. Folks, I'm going to tell you something. It's an interesting thing to be able to communicate. I think it's vital to all things, communication, vital to all things. And, I had spoken with this person enough and got, I think, enough feedback on who he was to pointedly look him in the face and say, I need you to tell me what is going on with white people in this country, specifically white males. I need you to explain it to me. And I ran down to this person a few of the highlighted events that I myself have pointed out on this platform and others. And he listened. The answer that he gave was interesting, folks. It was an interesting answer. I got to tell you. And I'm going to relate this answer to the fall of another society that is so relatable. It's going to blow your mind. So he looked at me and he said, let me tell you why white men are losing their minds. I said, riveted. He said, the women, this is what this man said. He said the women are principally involved in the reason white males in this country are agitated and feeling that something is being taken away from them. And I listened intently, and he said that the women these days, they don't need men anymore. He said that men are under an attack, and they feel that the women don't need them to sustain them monetarily, don't need them in a relationship. They're feeling as if they're being marginalized, and it's making them angry. This from his mouth, I swear. So when he said that, I was like, now you're serious about this whole thing you've just told me. You're telling me that it is your women and basically attempting to get out from under the thumb of what we can all agree with is the abusive white male, and successful at it, I might add. One of the perfect examples of how they can get away, and I'm just gonna drift on this, is Tom Cruise and Katie. That chick orchestrated almost a Mission Impossible like. I mean, it was amazing how she, if you read up on it, she had to get away from him. He was about to put her child on one of those sea boats for this religious nut following this L. Ron Hubbard shit, And that chick managed to get away from Tom Cruise, which, that's pretty, this guy's trying to keep this chick, So this guy said that it's women becoming independent of white males. Specific. This is what he said. I did not say this. Please do not hold anything against me. Good morning. Shalom. Grand rising. Shalom. Grand rising. What up? Bam, 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 bam. Oh, yeah, got all of you. All right. So I just found it interesting. We're dealing with things. I felt it. He's in the political world. I've asked him to be on one of these lives. I did. I asked him, and I would love to tell you who he is, but I think that would do a disservice to the confidence he put in me. That's just one of the things that's going on. That's very, very. I thought that was interesting that somebody like that was able to give me at least some answer. He also blamed a lot of shit on China. He said America was done. He said this man who just came from the political world, neck up in it, and I believe a Trump supporter because he worked for the Trump administration in some capacity. This is true, folks. It's like I don't tell falsehoods here because, for God's sake, folks know me. So it's an interesting deal, man. I'm kind of wow, and it's interesting because you could see the frustration on his face and I don't know if he personalized a few things, maybe he did, but the relatable thing is that Rome fell with two circumstances in play. The games, the gladiator, that and the rise of I want to say the attempt of women to make some sort of independent move aside from the male society that dominated them so badly. It weakened their infrastructure. He also talked about China and how China was very key in making sure America falls. And he talks about there's a shortage of food that's apparently about to beset everyone. And I encourage all Hebrews to at least stock up. You don't know what the fuck's going to happen. Anything's going to happen. He did also hint toward a civil war he felt was brewing. Now, this is straight from a Gentile. And I mean one that fits in every degree, the perfect example of what a Gentile is. However, he at least knows how to conduct himself in a business setting. So, and I mean in every respect, so it's just kind of interesting. You understand in those circumstances why the Most High God tells Hebrews to remain separate from Gentiles. You can feel the energy that they emit. You can feel it, folks. If you attempt, as I did and had to in this particular setting, I had to have a conversation and felt comfortable enough to at least ask him a direct question. He gave a few direct answers. But while in the presence, you could understand there is some sort of affect occurring within these beings, these individuals that are agitated, armed, and angry. And I say that with all due respect. Folks, look, one of the reasons I wanted to get on early this morning, well, because it fucking felt like it. But there's so much going on, continuing to occur regarding us more than anything else. News is news, folks. We know shit's happening. But look at some of the things that are happening revolving around Negroes. More than that, revolving around individuals who are mistaken for Negroes. I need you to think about that. Shit's happening to people who resemble us, who they assume are associated with Black people, not people of color. Please, no, stop. Not people of color. I'm not talking about people of color. When a person of color is murdered indiscriminately and for no fucking reason other than they decided to make a U-turn and pull up in your driveway just momentarily to turn their vehicle around, and you lose your life because of that lied about regarding a gun or a threat made, while your perpetrator walks free for 11 days, given the opportunity to report to jail. No. The white man that killed that poor, innocent individual, that immigrant, that person is not a Negro. I saw him. He assumed he was a Negro. I think you need to understand who they're gunning for when they shoot people of color mistaken for Negroes. Now, I don't understand how we can get this wrong. In every respect, they attack us because we're us. See, that's what's going. That's the reason I do this, folks, because I don't think people really understand what's happening. They see all of this activity happening around the world. I mean, in this country, in politics, in medicine, everything just occurring. But no one taking a deep look, understanding that there seems to be a focus, a consistent happening to a consistent group consistently. And it's us, whether you like it or not. Even when it's someone else, it's us. You put a 5-year-old in a goddamn chokehold in a school, in a preschool, an immigrant, not a Negro. And it's not until the mother continually screams and yells and makes a fuss that you push the child away from you in the mother's arms. And I say again, upon the discovery that the person you were attempting to control was not a Negro. And so you changed your course of action. Look at some of my fucking videos if you don't know what I'm talking about. Folks, this ain't a fucking game. Nothing has died down. Nothing is dying down. Things continue. We're going to be talking about it, well, this morning, motherfuckers. Hey! Wake the fuck up! You should have slept when you had a fucking chance. It's over. You tuned into the Doug Rice Show. How you doing? All right, look. What's in the news? Black news, we know the format. We know the format is trying to erase the programming. The programming is caucasity at every goddamn level. And I'm going to say it plainly, the worship of whiteness is in full swing, motherfuckers. The latest white savior movie, Dune. They can't wait to make a sequel. My God, they're flying out now. You know I'm telling the truth. Shit, I can read it. Look, I'm looking at it. I'm telling you, they're talking about it in the news as if the goddamned movie is out. I swear to God. And you can look on my, you can look on my Twitterverse where I have put this rather interesting development. You know, Denis Villeneuve, the success of Dune in fucking China. Stop. The success of Dune was not here. Moving on. What's in the news? Let us. Good morning. Good morning, Rich. I saw you. What's in the news? Let's talk about it. Because you know I'm running my fucking mouth, right? Right? Justify what the fuck you say, Doug, because you're talking about an attack on blackness. You know when they insult you, partner, dude, when they insult you, they go deep, don't they? Let's read. So yesterday, read this little tidbit. This was flying all over the internet. And for good reason. The fact that Biden is considering giving $450,000 to the children of immigrants separated from parents at the border expresses a complete disregard and disrespect he has for the black community suffering the exact same treatment centuries ago when brought here in chains. He want to give them $450,000 because they were separated from the parents. Right upside your face. You felt that? You want to give them how much? Wow. Whoa. You talk about a wait a minute, what moment? Wait a minute, what? What? Did we, what? You, wait a minute, partner. Look, it ain't, let me just say, it ain't even, look, if it was maybe $4,500, I'd be all right. I'd be like, hey, yeah, man, fuck yeah, get him an apartment, a job, children. These motherfuckers been working. Stop. What you think? They come from, what, man, let me tell you something. They got full-time jobs. You can put them right in. I'll hire a few of these motherfuckers, not a problem. $4,500, I probably wouldn't have said shit. I would be like, all right, cool. Yeah, you right. Fuck yeah, that's a good start. Fuck yeah. 4,500? Fuck yeah, that'll carry me, baby. I can do a lot with 4,500 my damn self. But $450,000 for their troubles. Well, let me just say this. Kamala at least telegraphed that they would do nothing for Negroes. Boy, they meant that shit. How you feel? I mean, it's Friday, 6:17 in the motherfucking morning. Huh? Saw one woman watching Joe Biden give a stirring and moving speech. I did. And by God, if this Negro wasn't crying in front of the fucking TV screen, it was a shocking sight. That didn't age well. Now, I don't know about you. Fair is fair, and I'm cool. I'm a cool dude. But I be goddamned. And I do mean I be goddamned if you think for a moment I'm just going to sit here with a fucking smile on my face as you hand a bunch of motherfuckers $450,000 home skillet. Let me tell you something. You want to give us something to talk about? You still got that grin? Huh? You walk out your fucking door, you walk about it, you giving that positive energy away? Really? Are you really giving that energy away? Because they're giving money away. So ain't you a pair? How's that make you feel, Negroes? Now, as a result of this, it's interesting. The Black Caucus wrote a letter. They wrote a letter to Biden expecting the Build Back Better program to include Negroes. I was laughing in the camera. Anyway, that happened right after this happened. How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? You feel okay? Okay, as long as you feel good, shit, no problem. Y'all look at that shit. Tell me because that was yesterday. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. That's crazy. So, anyway, 450, 450, look. Okay, stop. 450. Almost $500,000. They hit the fucking lottery. Mission accomplished. It's like run up to the border, push your kids, dive your ass back on the other side, somersault, Greg Louganis shit. This a fucking peer. The kid's rich. I wish Joe would. I really do. I really do. I just wish you would. Go ahead, Joe. Just give it to him. Just give it to him now. Fuck that. Hey, everybody, just go give him to him now. Everybody just give these motherfuckers the money right now. Just pour the motherfucker. Just go give it to him. Just here. Take it. Because with that comes citizenship, help, all the shit that you need forever. Please take it. Please, only because the insult is just, oh, it feels so good. I just want it to feel better. Fuck it. Do it now. Yeah, buddy. Separating kids from their parents. I wonder where I've seen that before. Statue of Liberty. Did you know this? Of course you did. The Statue of Liberty was created to celebrate freed slaves, not immigrants. Its new museum recounts. Really? Really? The Statue of Liberty was created to free slaves. We know this, right? But do you understand how many people don't? As they flock to the shores of the United States, give me you're tired, you're poor, you're huddled, all this shit, and these statues of liberty associated with, the freedom that America has to offer, when in fact it was created to celebrate our being freed, which has yet to happen. We were emancipated. Maybe that's the joke, I think. See, if we were freed, it would have been called the Freedom Proclamation. It says emancipation. That's a little bit different. You emancipate, it's a little different. They're not free. You think they're free? Try. Okay, whatever. Emancipated, like we're children put out to fend for ourselves. So anyway, Lady Liberty was inspired by the end of the Civil War and emancipation. Fake freedom. The connection to immigration came later. Yeah, about 20 fucking minutes. I could give two fucks. Give me a break. All of it is a fucking disingenuous gesture. It's phony. It's false. It has no meat. There's nothing there. I hope you guys understand what I'm pointing out when I see shit like this. If it's not in front of your face every day, then you'll probably fucking just ignore it and go about, your business. But you just look at this shit. Here's another thing that just kind of, I don't know. It's just Pan-Africanism. What is that? If you have what I call the intestinal fortitude to scroll down my Twitter stream, please do so. The information that I think is imparted might help to give you a little more understanding as to why I take the fucking position I do, which is 100% against this shit. Good morning. All right, so Antoine, good morning. It's all about pushing other races forward, pushing us down even further. It's about keeping us down. Mystery, listen. I think we're at this as low as they can push us, if you will. We're a little resilient, packed, tough little muscle, mentally strong, the most mentally strong individual on the face of this planet. Black people, male and female, and I mean Negroes. Everywhere we go, we're looked upon with disdain, suspicion, fear, hatred. Everywhere. Everywhere we go, we're imitated, admired, our energy paid for, musical interests just loved, style, swag. They hate us, they love us, they kill us. What the fuck? And we have nerve to think everything is okay. Well, let's see if everything's okay. So, Black News, Washington State, Black Lives Matter demands resignation of sheriff charged with lying about black news carrier. Let me put it in a nutshell for you. The guy said that this reporter threatened his life, threatened to kill him. Found out it was a lie. Just lied on somebody. Lies, lies, lies. It's amazing. Here's another one. CBS News. I like this. It says, for Black and Latino gun owners, Being armed evens the playing field. Folks, what madness is this? Let me tell you something, folks. Don't join in this shit. Don't join in this shit. Don't arm yourselves to either get involved. Don't think that somehow you're evening a playing field. You are not. Let me explain something to you. I need you all to understand this. Listen, bullets are thrown with a certain attitude. I think you understand. You know, when you're shooting at somebody, there's an intent. You know, there's something driving you to pull that trigger. Deep emotion. Right. And as with anything, how you throw yourself or a thing at anything, the emotional intent involved in that gives, I think, a lot of credit to how well you do in what kind of, I guess, end you're trying to bring to your enemy. And I just don't think black people with all the guns in the world would have the emotional stunt to be able to throw bullets at people with the intent needed to actually murder. And I just say that the practiced individual in killing and murdering over centuries is certainly not Negroes. So when I see black people arming themselves, I mean, I really think we need to consider that. We need to consider the attitude with which we are going to supposedly fight or defend ourselves, the commitment, you know. Hey, I don't know, the past experience and being able to do that heinous thing, take another person's life. I'm sorry, folks. Our heart just ain't in it like theirs. So when it comes to throwing shots, I just don't think we're gonna have a positive outcome. I don't think we're committed to destruction, death, murder, killing. Motherfuckers do it for fun. Call it a sport. Other side don't even know games on. I don't want to fuck with people like that. I don't. I don't want to get in a shootout. I don't want to test each other's resolve. I understand that you practice this shit. So there's something deeply troubling about that. I mean, when they tell you Nimrod was the first hunter, they don't mention that for nothing in scripture. So no, I'm not going to join in. There's no evening of any playing field. It's ridiculous. You understand? Black, Negroes, gun owners, being armed, it does not even the playing field. Stop. Stop. I need you to understand the kind of hatred that a bullet is thrown at us can't be matched by any hatred we could or might possess toward anyone, because that's just not who Negroes are. We're not a hateful group of people. You can't enslave a hateful group of people, a difficult, dangerous group of individuals. It's impossible. The only kind of individual that may come into long-term enslavery is a humble, spiritually minded, forgiving individual. Not a savage. So I read this, Black and Latino gun owners being armed evens. No, it does not even the playing field. You could have a nuclear weapon and they have a handgun. And believe me, the vigor with which they'll shoot you will never match the button you'll fucking push. And that, to me, that plays a lot into how a motherfucker intends to, well, do you in, defend you. I hope you follow. So we'll all just go back to what I was doing. Hope everybody got that. Didn't mean to go that deep. Anyway, blacknews.com, always a giver. Blacknews.com. Let's see what we got here. I try to catch up on the world events. I try to catch myself by surprise. So you have an honest reaction to what I read. I don't want to give you, as I said, programmed material. I want to give you, woman found not guilty after Jacksonville police parked on her property and broke her teeth while arresting her. I didn't know that her teeth were broken. Isn't it interesting? What is that, a trickle? I didn't, really? Just arrested her? Broke her teeth, did they? And thankfully, she's not charged. Still, well, you don't do that to your own. You don't do that to your own. A white woman come out, ask a police officer to get off her property. That white woman is not going to be arrested. Her teeth are not going to be broken. They're going to talk about it. He may tell her to go pound sand, whatever. But you're not going to read in the news. The white woman who asked the police officer to get off her property, her car off her property, ended up being arrested and having broken teeth. It's not going to fucking happen. I'm trying to figure this shit out. This is America. This is what Negroes deal with. And what's interesting, it happens. We look at it. We talk about it. They hear us. Suddenly, we're either hateful, racist, or dividing. And that just blows my fucking mind. Second, the ones that have never heard about it. They don't even know this shit happens. I don't know. If I'm a cop and I'm parked on somebody's property and they tell me to move, I'd probably get in my fucking car and move. Fuck away from me, Jesus. Sure. Bye. But because she was, do you understand? Let me explain. She did nothing but trigger that officer's anger, deeply rooted in his insecurity, narcissism, and fear. And the motherfucker got a goddamn badge and gun, walking around scared. That's really what it's all about. I need you to understand that. Fear is what broke her teeth. Not necessarily anger, fear. Y'all don't get it, understand it. And it was redone because it was designed to stay home, defend your home, don't go marching, get involved in Civil War 2.0. And Antoine, you get on YouTube Live. You're talking my language. Yes, daily. And you know what we need to do daily is we need to acknowledge, understand, accept that we are Hebrews. That is almost more important than any news. Let me tell you why. If you look around on social media, if you look around everywhere, all over the world, people are saying this that are not us. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be, and let me explain this to you, please. Us being Israel, the very notion that we are Hebrews, the power of organizations like the JDL, other organizations that exist, that notion could be and would be put down in such a manner that it wouldn't even be considered. It would almost be like saying cats are dogs. They would write the defining line and prove that a lie definitively, almost immediately, and with lethality. You couldn't even suggest it. To say Negroes or Hebrews would be laughed out of the park. You wouldn't even, it's almost, just saying an obvious opposite, like up is down. But they can't seem to stamp out that fucking message, can they? There's no disproving what we're saying, is there? And more to the point, the fact that Europeans occupy Israel and not Negroes tells us even more of the story. Somebody had a book recommended by Henry Ford. I had that book. And he talks about the fact that the individuals who are, due to the Balfour Act, on our fucking property from Europe. That's what he asserts. 1920, 30, yeah. That the individuals who claim to be Jews are in fact not. This is the most open secret, and I mean theft, prophesied theft, slow-moving fucking conspiracy to make us not only forget who we are, but put us here. And I'm talking about Negroes. I'm not talking about people of color. For those of you that associate other folks with Hebrews, that may very well be the case. I'm talking about Judah. How about that? Now you know who the fuck I'm talking about. We must never allow any one of us to forget that we are Hebrews. Fuck what they think. I don't give a damn. Gentiles can go the way of the dodo. We are Hebrews, royal family. Principally the royal tribe of Judah, because that's who they had to have for sure. I need you to envision enslaving a specific group of people. I need you to envision somehow logistically going thousands of miles across the ocean to get people to bring them over here. You having gone thousands of miles to bring yourself over here as well. If we don't see that as an orchestrated, intentional act involving specific groups of people, then you're not watching. That's, I think, the most important message I can give to Negroes in this country. That as Hebrews, the reason you're here is they don't want you to know you're Hebrews. It's getting out. Anyway, I just thought I ramble. For those of you that know me, all right, Black News ain't offering much, damn it. Shit. All right, let's see. News One. News One's always good for a laugh. And remember, folks, I do this spontaneously without preparation because I want you to give my real reaction to what I see is going on. Oh, the white privilege of the tomahawk chop. I don't give a fuck. Stop. Now you're nitpicking. I don't give a stop. I don't fucking care. It's a game. They're playing a game. Let them be. Hey, you know what? Let them be racist in the game. I don't care. So stop suppressing these people's expression. They're killing us. You're not letting them do anything. As a result, when they hear our music, they shoot. They see signs, they go off, compliment their girls. Stop. Let these motherfuckers have the tomahawk chop. Jesus, what are you going to feel? Jesus, no release? It's like a fucking pressure cooker. What's wrong with you? So what are you going to take next? NASCAR? What are you going to kill us all? Sorry. Fuck, give me a break. See, I don't care about the tomahawk. I don't give a fuck. See, the natives are safe. They got reservations. We the ones gonna suffer when suddenly the motherfuckers can't do this no more. Oh, damn. They're gonna feel that's what's getting taken away from them. Their ability to express their racist sentiment is being taken away from them. That's what's being taken away from them. And see what it's doing? Let them have the tomahawk chop. If it's white privilege, then let them be privileged. Fuck it. I'm done. No. Fuck that. What? The fuck up. Care? I don't care. You serious in the game? It's been a part of the game forever. They're doing it. Now you associate it with white privilege. Fuck it. Let them have it. You take one more thing from these motherfuckers. You hear me? You take one more thing from these white males and no one will be safe. Are you serious? Come on, folks. Come on, folks. It's time for us to talk honestly with one another. Can we sit down? Let's wrap. Look, I'm not trying to insult you. For those of you that tune in, those of you that look at the replay, and, some of you are white guys, and, I'm not trying to get in your business, but there's a fucking problem. I'm just asking you to identify it and rid yourselves of it before it's too goddamn late, because the kingdom's coming, and then it will be. And I'm serious as a goddamn heart attack. For y'all to tell me, well, you're white. A friend of mine said, I think you're a racist. I said, I'm not a racist. I'm a tribalist. And let me tell you something. No. The fact of the matter is that within the ranks of these motherfuckers, there's some of them that have lost their goddamn minds collectively and in the same goddamn direction. Now, they know who they are. No, don't fuck with me. They know who they are. Okay? They work with them. They live with them. They sleep with them. They eat with them. They know who they are. When one of them chirps up in racist style, they'll say shit. Not a fucking word. They act like it didn't even happen. I'm telling you the truth. They don't believe what I'm reporting. I told the gentleman I was speaking with yesterday, and this is the truth. I told him, each one is eyes on that. Each one, I told him. Black dude complimented white guy's girlfriend, was shot and killed. What? Two black dudes walking, truck passing by, almost hits him. Black guy says, watch it. White guy comes out, shoot him 6 times, once in the face, doesn't die. What? White guy sees a Black Lives Matter sign, shoots the truck, stabs the truck, and draws on the truck. Literally, you should see the face of this guy. It's like, he's never heard of such things that his own folks are doing. They don't even know what their own folks are doing. How do you convince them to correct that? Why do I tell you to get the fucking grin off your face? Maybe they will ask you what's wrong. But when you fucking tell them, don't fucking smile. And then ask them, why don't you do something about that? And don't fucking ask me why I ain't smiling, motherfucker. What do you mind? You think I'm like lost it because I tell black people don't smile in public? I'm sorry. It's the only thing we got. Don't smile in public. I should fucking put it a goddamn t-shirt. Doug Rice says, don't smile in public, Negroes. I mean, what do you want me to do? Shit keeps humming along. Keep acting out on us. It gets me right there. I was like, damn, what you really... And then you look at what they project in media. It's a sinister plot. I mean, let me tell you something. Nowhere more than on these black screens do they portray the defense, the need to come to the rescue of, the need to be in concern and care in a manner that's so gripping and passionate, it pulls at your very being, that of the safety of a white woman. Oh, but if we had that kind of programming for our sisters, perhaps 100,000 wouldn't go missing each year. Still fucking grinning. And that shit gets me to the point where Let me tell you, I'll tell you what it is. It's that show Blacklist. If you guys ever watch Blacklist, I like James Spader as an actor. I think he's good. I think he's relatable in how he delivers lines and things. But for the 8 seasons I watched this projected, and I mean, I notice it and go, God damn! If we only cared about our black women like we're being told to care about them, my God, it's amazing. You understand me? We don't get that message. That programming doesn't come our way to value our women, to seriously, to go that extra. You understand what the fuck? What movie haven't you seen where the principal character is a white female and a motherfucker walks through fire with gasoline draws on, comes out smelling like roses, baby, and gets the girl? Isn't that beautiful? I bet you can count on your motherfucking finger the movies you've seen where that applies to us. Still grinning? And so, when one calls the police, when one expresses a certain nervousness about maybe the presence of a black man, the response can be lethal. Look at the programming. How do black men treat their women on the black screen? I mean, I've seen the videos. That don't look right. How black women are valued in our eyes through the prism of caucasity compared to how white women are treated. It's like night and day, isn't it? Unless, of course, the black woman is mirroring the white woman. Then, of course, everything is good. Don't fuck with me, man. Don't act like this shit ain't happening. Don't act like what I'm saying is not the fucking truth. You don't like it? I don't fucking care. It's the truth. I say, look, why don't we give each other a break? Why don't we at least recess into ourselves? How about just contemplating life and the greater issues? How about just not acting like we need conversation? How about just going on about our fucking business and minding it as well? There's no problem with that. And if one has the temerity to ask you your problem, how about you fucking tell them? Maybe they won't ask again. That's why I do what I do, man. That's why I do what I do. Because this shit needs to be said. Everybody walking around on fucking eggshells like there's not a problem. Within the ranks, there's a specific individual that's got a goddamn problem and ain't nobody saying shit about it. If we could turn your fucking head to say, hey, you know what? There's certain types of people, they're making some problems. Yeah, they look like us, but no. But the problem I've said is they won't punish themselves. They won't correct themselves. They can't bring themselves to do so. And this is historically. They do things instead of offing the problem, instead of removing the problem, excising the problem. They'll take it and they'll move it to a huge landmass and eventually overtake it, kill the original occupants, and call it Australia. Fuck you. This ain't a game. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take you there, but fuck. It's 6:50 in the morning. I got nothing better to do right now. I mean, here's the thing. If we say it plainly, directly, unapologetically, if we believe what we're saying and refuse to be moved, they have a problem. And for me, that's the solution. I mean that, folks. I mean that. All right, you're on the Doug Rice Show. Welcome. You know, I go into the tangents. I make sure you understand what I'm talking about, and we continue. Let's continue with the black news. You know, and again, I do not preempt this shit with like research and shit. Fuck research. Whatever. What I do is I just click on shit, and if I read something and it catches my eye, I'll say something about it, and we go from there. So, Black Voice News. Community reacts to racist incident at North High School. Really? Let's see the dateline on that. October 22nd. Here we go. Let me first share this on the Twitterverse for those of you that want to go snatch a read with me. You may do so. Community reacts to racist incident at North High School. Local, must be something local, but two reporters. I like that. All right. JW North, I don't know. JW North High School math teacher has been placed on administrative leave after video of her mockingly chanting and dancing around the classroom in a fake headdress. Okay, hold on. They think that's a racist incident. No, that's a prejudiced incident. That's something else. No. Listen, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time. When I read racist, I associate that with something they do to us. But of course, we do have those individuals that associate anything that happens to anyone not white as something racist. That wasn't a racist incident. Let me tell you, a racist incident is putting your cross in your front yard and setting it afire. That's a racist incident. I'm sorry about that, folks. I didn't mean to bait you. That's clickbait as far as I'm concerned. You want to make some big deal of a chick putting, it's not racist. That's a clown doing something stupid. Racist incident involves somebody being hurt, threatened. You understand how they water down, and go with me. What this does is water down shit that happens to us. This shit right here, they associate that with a racist incident. No, racist incident, partner, is, I don't know, you being pulled over for a supposed car infraction, going to jail, and mysteriously hanging yourself. That's a racist incident. Sorry about that, folks. I didn't mean to waste your time. That's, you know. And I'm going to say this plainly. My problems, the things that I associate problems as being problems, I only talk about that regarding us, because it's high time. It's high time. So when I see that, I go, well, okay, you know, it's time. It's time we give a damn about ourselves. Nothing wrong with this shit, man. It's time we give a fuck about us. As you can see, ain't too many volunteers. It's time we look inward. I'm not talking about rising, and I'm not talking about unifying. I don't think we can do either. I don't think Negroes can either unify, and I do not believe they can rise without the help of God Almighty, who's fast approaching. My belief. That's my truth. Doesn't require anybody else to believe it. But that is a fact. So, hope everybody understands that. Rising, unity, no. Realization of this shit. Looking it in the face, calling it what it is, and then recessing. Here's what I don't understand about us. Why are we looking for the approval and acceptance of the same people who brought us here in chains? We have been doing that since they released us off the chains for free movement. And I'm trying to figure, we've done everything, implored to their better humanity, which asked them to stop, taken them to court, gotten violent, riot, march, pray, sit in, thoughts and prayers, everything except what I'm suggesting. Get that goddamn smile on your face. Just try it. Get that goddamn smile. Just 24 hours of that, folks. Oh, God. It'll do wonders. Maybe it'll give you an opportunity for you to answer the question that will inevitably come. What's wrong? And maybe if you answer them without a smile on your face and you tell them, well, I'll tell you what's wrong. I'll tell you what's wrong. I'm just tired of the nonsense. I'm tired of the lie. I'm tired of the phoniness. I'm tired of the racism, the white supremacy. See? I bet they never ask you another fucking question, nor will they care what's wrong with you. That tells me where we're at. I hope you understand what I just said there. You understand what I'm saying? You're going around smiling. They're just your friends, your neighbors. Oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. Oh, the minute you don't give them a reason to talk to you anymore, they will leave you alone. And they'll express their true feelings about those that don't swim in the same direction as they do. All right. I'm obviously losing my voice. How's everybody doing? I'm just rambling, but I'm saying something. All right. In the end of the 70s, the unity, ended in the 70s. What unity we had left was crushed then. An intentional act. Absolutely true. An intentional act to destroy us. Thought up by the government of this United States, implemented throughout the 70s, again in the 80s, and in the 90s. Effectively just ripping the black family, the black unifying family apart. The father, the wife, the child, done. They could not have that. It produced people that they had to eventually kill. So they had to put us in prison. They had to infuse our neighborhoods with drugs. They had to criminalize both its possession and use in order to remove the memory of why we were marching in the first place. Now we've got a generation that knows nothing about Pettus Bridge. Now we've got a generation of folks that know nothing about the hangings and the murders and the lynchings. It's all the past. And so, for some, it didn't happen. And that, my friends, is bullshit. Fuck this selective memory. They love remembering their past accomplishments, the greatness. That they'll throw in our goddamn faces all day. But their past sins, they call that critical race theory. They don't want that taught anywhere. Fuck these beings. And I mean that. They'll talk about their origins all day, where they're from. But when it comes to Negroes talking about how we arrived here, they don't want to hear that. They'd rather watch it on a movie and be inspired by escaping from those chains. Now that's entertainment. But, us just standing there, getting bid on, us talking about that, they don't want that to be the topic of discussion. That's a problem. You're not going to rewrite history, motherfuckers. And as I've said, folks, how we got here tells the whole story. How we got here tells the whole story. Who we are, Hebrews. We've been replaced. And now people are starting to discover that that's the truth. It's making motherfuckers nervous. But don't be scared. Don't be scared, motherfuckers. All right, an hour. I think I'm like 30 seconds short of an hour. All right, folks, I'm going to call it a morning. Morning, folks. Never forget Judah. That's right. And Tawana, you don't need acceptance or approval. You know whose approval you need? The Most High's. And guess what? You'll never get it. Not without going through, that's right, the sacrifice. I'm going to leave you with this in a little time. I said this, and some people were a little taken aback. You know, God and us are not on speaking terms. I'm sorry, you know, and we're not on speaking terms. The Most High of all creation, we're not. This is why we have the sacrifice. We'll speak later once we're perfected, but you know, I want you to imagine yourself perfect right now, perfect, flawless in your being. I want you to envision that. That's right. I want you to envision that. I want you to envision yourself flawless, perfect in every degree, in every manner, as in person. And now I want you to look at yourself as that person and tell me if you'd want to be around you. That's some sobering shit, and then you can stop now. I know that's fucked up, huh? That's about as far from the creator of all things as we are. The only thing we have is, thank goodness, the Messiah. For those of you that don't believe, that's fine. Go about your business. But belief don't require you to believe it. But anyway, all right, an hour and 1 minute. I wanted to throw that in there. You guys, yeah, you love that shit, don't you? Yes, I will. Because you know, no, the purpose and point of all that I do, especially exerting this energy and trying to maintain, I think, at least some informative information and keep you, you know, at least attentive to what I'm saying. It's all culminated in just one thing I'm begging Negroes to do. Hebrews, the royal family, walk amongst the tombstones of this place. Folks, listen, it don't cost nothing. I'm not asking you to donate. I don't want you to join shit. I really don't. I don't need tithes. Don't need that. Hey, I'll take a patron. Patron, forward slash, right? But I just want all of you Negroes to simply do one thing. Get that goddamn grin off your fucking faces. Good morning. All right, folks, I'm leaving. I'm out. Bye. Have a good morning.